Q2, time ticking towards a deadline.
We have very large differences on health care and on their ability to undo whatever budget we agree to. Their bill has not one iota of Democratic input.
Lawmakers come together in Washington, but will it be enough to stave off a government shutdown? The president has his doubts. Plus, the world of coal receives a major boost forward. Welcome news for several in Montana and Wyoming. We'll have details. And concerns over cruelty.
We made ourselves available, but they used a different method this time.
42 dogs seized in Yellowstone County after a neglect case. But where are all these animals going now? The MTN 10 o'clock news starts right now.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 10 o'clock news.
Well, good evening and thanks for joining us on this Monday night. I'm Russ Riesinger. By this time tomorrow night, the United States government could be in a shutdown. That was the word after congressional leaders from both sides of the aisle met with President Trump today and indicated they were still in a stalemate afterwards. Let's get the latest tonight from CBS's Erica Brown.
President Trump met with Republican and Democratic congressional leaders at the White House Monday in a last-ditch effort to avert a looming government shutdown. Democratic leaders say it's now up to the president to find a solution.
But it's now in the president's hands. He can avoid a shutdown if he gets the Republican leaders to go along with what we want.
At issue, health care. Democrats are pushing for a spending bill that includes an extension of Affordable Care Act tax credits and rolls back Medicaid funding cuts.
Democrats are fighting to protect the health care of the American people. And we are not going to support a partisan Republican spending bill that continues to gut the health care of everyday Americans. Period. Full stop.
Republicans say the demands are unreasonable and want to pass a short-term spending bill that would fund the government until mid-November, negotiating demands with Democrats on health care at a later time.
You don't put a gun to the American people's head and say, unless you do exactly what Senate and House Democrats want you to do, we're going to shut down your government. That's exactly what they're proposing out there.
If Congress doesn't get something to President Trump to sign by Tuesday night, the government faces a temporary shutdown and thousands of federal workers could be furloughed. A shutdown could lead to delays in Social Security checks in some veterans services, along with closures of national parks and museums.
But we're going to see, but the radical left Democrats want to shut it down.
President Trump has repeatedly blamed Democrats for the stalemate, and the White House has threatened mass firings at federal agencies if no deal is reached. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
The Trump administration is aiming to boost the U.S. coal industry through federal investment. The Department of Energy, Interior, and EPA all making a major declaration today to reinvigorate and expand America's coal industry. That includes a total of $625 million to expand and boost energy production, along with supporting communities nationwide. Those funds could keep coal plants like Colstrip open and lower energy costs. $350 million of the money will be used to modernize coal power plants, with $175 million going towards rural capacity and affordability projects. U.S. Energy Secretary Christopher Wright says this move was made as coal has been under assault for years. He called coal the backbone of steel production and critical for America's industrial might. Wyoming Senator John Barrasso applauded the decision, saying Wyoming is the Saudi Arabia of coal. We have enough to power this country for the next century, if not 2 centuries and beyond. With today's announcement, he says we now have the tools we need to expand coal production on federal lands and strengthen our mining workforce and the communities they support in Wyoming. The investigation into Sunday morning's tragedy in Michigan continues. That attack saw a gunman open fire inside the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, killing 4 people and wounding 8 others. Police say the shooting happened during a Sunday morning service in Grand Blanc. After shooting worshipers and setting the building on fire, the suspect, a 40-year-old Marine veteran, Thomas Sanford, was shot and killed by police just moments after the 911 call. Authorities have not released a motive. They're calling it targeted violence. The Northern Cheyenne tribe's bank accounts have now been frozen. It all stems from tribe confrontations over the past month, with the chiefs removing several office holders. According to President Gene Small, First Interstate Bank froze the accounts because of conflicting stories about who has authority to sign. According to one of the tribal council members, he says 4 people could have signed, but the traditional chiefs and tribal council are in disagreement over who those 4 actually are right now. The Traditional Chiefs Society removed 8 tribal council members and 2 from the executive branch earlier this month, but the former tribal council does not recognize that decision. In response, they then voted to remove Small because he had pushed for an audit of tribal funds, but Small claims he still has the ultimate authority and puts the blame on the former tribal council.
This council that's been removed by the Chiefs Council stood strong on shutting us down. They were for shutting us down. And I tried to keep it open. I don't think it's right to hold our people hostage in this dispute.
The 8 members removed by the Chiefs contend they're still in office and posted on the council Facebook page stating all Northern Cheyenne tribal accounts with First Interstate Bank have been frozen as a direct result of directives given from the office of former tribal president Gene Small, causing confusion with our bank. A manhunt continues in Wolf Point after an active shooter left 1 person dead and another injured. Police say 26-year-old Ethan Murphy opened fire in the Albertsons parking lot Sunday night. The town was put on lockdown before the order was lifted, but Murphy is still on the run. He's considered armed and dangerous with distinct face and neck tattoos. Authorities warn anyone helping him flee will face charges. This incident is the latest in what residents of Wolf Point are calling an uptick in crime over the past year. For one woman who grew up on the Fort Peck Reservation, she says her family doesn't feel safe and urges the tribal council to take action.
Like, just with the amount of crime that's going on, a lot of my family has to travel, like 30 minutes or an hour and a half just to go shopping without being, assaulted or approached or, something happened to them at the grocery store. It's unsafe all over there.
A $1,000 reward is being offered for any information leading to Murphy's capture.
These very warm early fall temperatures getting you out and enjoying the great outdoors. Kathy, thanks for sharing this one using our free downloadable weather app. The wild horses out by the Pryor Mountains. And how about some of the clouds? I love this shot today. Thanks, Doreen, for sharing this one. This was out looking south from Columbus, where you can see the sunshine breaking through and then that one shaft where we were trying to get a little bit of rain down towards the ground, creating a lot of wind. Our own Jason Stiff shared this one from Red Lodge. You can see the iconic Red Lodge Cafe sign. He said there was a few sprinkles there. And how about some of the clouds that Rick was able to take a great shot of near Dean today? Use our free downloadable weather app or email us your photos and videos.
Billings may soon hand off the job of burning police evidence and drugs to the state of Montana. City leaders are in talks with the Montana Department of Justice after a September incident sent smoke pouring out of the Billings Animal Control incinerator, filling the nearby animal shelter. The plan would shift all drug and evidence burns to a highway patrol facility.
How our law enforcement partners can collaborate a little bit better on getting rid of narcotics in our communities. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody wants that, and everybody wants to do it in a safe manner.
The Attorney General's office confirms that discussions are underway. Those conversations come as a shocking case of animal cruelty unfolds in Yellowstone County. Dozens of dogs, 42 in all, rescued from a home in Shepherd after deputies say the conditions were too dangerous to ignore. But now the question remains, where are those dogs now? Our Hannah Pettiferi followed the case all day and has more.
It all started a couple of weeks ago.
Our animal control officer got wind of possible neglect of these animals.
Calls and concerns had the sheriff's department moving in and seizing 42 dogs near 12 Mile Road in Shepherd.
We got together and decided that we were going to do a search warrant on the property to gain access and assess the conditions and the condition of the animals.
Deputies brought a vet in on the raid to check out the animals. And Sheriff Linder saying they didn't look too good.
It was dirty, and the dogs were not in good condition as far as, just looking at them, and probably underweight. Not all the animals were in the same conditions.
Decisions were made fast, and deputies took all the dogs away to make sure vets could assess them in a good environment.
We're doing pretty good as far as where we're keeping them and being able to care for them and have services that we need.
The dogs that were seized included Newfoundlands and Australian Shepherds, ranging from puppies to adult dogs. The dogs are now in possession of the sheriff's office and are receiving treatment and care.
Medical care, grooming, feed, water, obviously all those things, making sure they're safe, making sure they have exercise.
But the question remains, where are these dogs now?
Typically, they would house them with us. I'm not entirely sure why they are choosing not to this time.
Yellowstone Valley Animal Shelter Director Trinity Halverson was left with some confusion.
We do have a contract with Yellowstone County Sheriff's Department to house any animals that are, or any dogs that are at large or in a cruelty case or neglect, those types of things.
YVAS officials said they were even given a heads up that a rescue was about to happen.
They called us to let us know that they were going on site, and then we prepared to potentially take in any animals that they needed us to house.
But as of now, the rescued animals are not here. In Billings, Hannah Pettiferry, MTN News.